Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Friday on Main Street TV. Jen's feeling a little bit under the weather today, so I am here with our good friend Red Thompson, who's going to share some information about an exciting evening that's coming up tonight and some people that are very deservingly being honored. So we will cover that right after a message.
At Vinton County National Bank, we believe in supporting the areas where we live and work. Now, we'd like to honor those who also serve our communities. Our new Community Champions account is especially for first responders, veterans, active military, and anyone employed in the fields of healthcare or education. This account offers rewards, discounts, and other benefits to those who give so much to others. Vinton County National Bank, rewarding those who serve.
So we are back. Welcome, Red. You haven't been on for a while. It's nice to have you here.
Well, it's nice to be back. It's Lou Davis Studio, and things are always changing. But tonight, we're not going to talk about the present so much. We're going to talk about the past. And it's always a special night at Benton County High School, Hall of Fame night. And this year, we have 3 honorees that brought the district a lot of pride.
Okay.
And one of them, the first one, a man that came to Benton County, not from Blanchester. And he really changed the culture up there. He brought an old-style offense to the Benton County football team. And we're talking about Coach Jack O'Rourke. There he is in the upper left. And, of course, this picture is almost 40 years old. 30, yes, almost. Oh, can you believe that? 1989 was almost 40 years ago.
Don't even say that because I was already in college at that point. So I'm actually older than the people that are in that photo. So, yikes.
Well, Coach O'Rourke he changed the culture in Benton County. They had a consolidation in 1967, and it wasn't real popular, even all the way up until 1990. But Coach O'Rourke brought a winning style to Benton County. He took the team to the playoffs, and I think for the first time they were a county school. Now, you know, in small towns, the high school means everything. Benton County had 5 at one time. So
Oh, wow. I did not know that.
in 1967, I think, they consolidated.
Okay.
And they did not build a new high school then. They went into the old MacArthur High School. They did a small build-on. Kids from 5 schools went to a school it went from 200 to 700 almost overnight.
That had been a culture shock in and of itself.
It was, and it wasn't real accepted at first, and when the Vikings had some good basketball teams and track. I think they've been good at track ever since the doors opened. But football, they made the playoffs. It just brought a great deal of pride to the county. I mean, They had a young man that Jason Snyder went on to the U.S. Naval Academy from that team. There were kids from all over the county on it, and it was tough in the beginning days. What I've been told by sports author and historian Dave Bollinger. The other teams didn't have football. MacArthur was the only one of the 5 that had football.
Okay.
So it took them a while to started making it county-wide. And when the Vikings won, I think it kind of gave people an identity. It was the Vinton County High School, county-wide. And when they made the playoffs, and they won the first game, and they almost won the second game. They lost it in overtime against Ireton. So it was... They had a quarterback, Andy Booth. And Coach O'Rourke he directed all this. And he also coached baseball, and he won a TBC title there. And 7 years later, the unthinkable happened. And 7 years later, after Coach O'Rourke left, they were in a new high school, a new football field. And I think people really got behind the schools. I wrote an article about Debbie Webb, the long-time secretary.
Okay.
54 years.
Oh, wow.
What do you think of that?
Yeah, that's crazy.
Same job. Same job. And she said that Benton County was, that gave them a brand. That gave them an identity, that team. So we owe Coach O'Rourke a lot. And obviously we're going to pay him back tonight. Not pay him back, but certainly honor his legacy tonight when he goes into the Hall of Fame.
So do you know, what years was he at Benton County?
See,
Or for how long?
6 years, 87 to 93.
Okay.
And he, the people up there, I remember the early days when I was in Benton County, the 93 team, they still talk about it. It's been 30 years more. And back then, only 4 teams went to the playoffs instead of 12.
Yeah.
It was 16. They cut it back to 12. So I think the coach certainly deserves the respect of people. And I did not coach him. I met him years later at one of those 4th of July events. He's come back to Benton County. He's even interviewed a couple of times to come back. It just hadn't worked out. But Benton County never forgot him. Excuse me. And Benton County never forgot him. And so certainly he'll be in the spotlight tonight when he comes out. So, Coach O'Rourke from Benton County, I'm sure the people up there remember you, and we're going to honor you, send you in the Hall of Fame tonight. And you'll always be part of Benton County High School. And your plaque will be right there in the gym with all the other greats. So, congratulations. And, then another young lady going in tonight, she is kind of like you. She grew up in Benton County and moved to a very different kind of place. Riley Fee is going in tonight. She was a great cross-country runner, Sarah. Okay. Always getting up at 5 o'clock in the morning, running down to the courthouse, on the streets. Coach Josh Kirkpatrick always encouraged his kids to get up early and take off. And Riley would do that, and that earned her not only accolades in high school, TVC titles, Ohio Division championships, all kinds of state tournament appearances, but it also earned her a scholarship to University of Illinois at Chicago. Okay. So she said moving from Benton County to Chicago was a big adjustment.
Yeah, I would think so, yes.
But I think she really liked it there. Her mom, Tracy, is the school's technology coordinator. And, Riley went to a lot of things, the Cubs games at Wrigley Field, the iconic Wrigley Field, and a lot of arts and culture in Chicago. But I guess her heart, at the end of the day, after she graduated, she came back home. She's going to OU. And Riley is one of those kids that she knows, and it comes within. She just gives a lot of credit to Coach Kirkpatrick. A lot of small schools, they have sports, and it's sports, but in Benton County, cross country's become a program, and track. I mean, they've always been good. Coach K has taken many kids to the state tournament. And track, Coach John Lindner and Coach K, they've sent kids to the States. So running's always been popular at Benton County. So I'm sure Riley, she'll be pleased that she has a lot of friends that'll be there tonight. And we're going to stream that, I've been told, tonight, right?
Oh, okay. I'm not sure.
I think Dylan told me they're going to stream this and so, you can watch history in action tonight and Total Media. And so, what about all this technology? Isn't it wonderful that we can do things like this?
Oh, yes. Oh, 100%. I mean, just the idea that we can if we're covering the event, that anybody around the world can watch it. So if we have people that grew up in Vinton County and then moved, retired, and ended up in some other part of the United States or outside of the United States can watch it. So friends, family members.
You know, and speaking of that, that leads into our third inductee tonight. A man that was an incredible, you talk about a strong man, somebody who was tough, who was gritty, and our third inductee tonight is Dane Chandler.
Oh, wow.
And look at that guy. Don't he look tough?
Yeah, that's crazy. That's like Arnold Schwarzenegger type of bodybuilding muscles.
I know you lived in California, so I know Arnold. Arnold's from California.
Yes, he is.
And he does. And this man was tough.
But that's impressive for a high school student. I mean, those are muscles that you would expect to see on a grown adult, not on a young adult.
You know, he said he learned. I interviewed him by phone. He said he got those muscles the farming way. He grew up on a farm north of McCall, so I guess the farm work paid off for him.
There you go.
But he was 40-0 in the regular season, like McKenna Craft.
That is absolutely impressive. What years was he there? When did he graduate?
1989. So he would have been right in that group of athletes. He didn't play football. I'm sure Coach will work with
That's surprising. Yeah, that's actually really surprising. A lot of times, wrestlers play football, footballers wrestle. So
I think the farm kept him a little bit too busy, and probably the slow time on the farm's the winter time. So he wrestled that.
40-0. Wow, that is impressive.
But he got a scholarship to Wilmington. I think Wilmington got put on probation when he was there, so he joined the Air Force.
Okay.
But Mr. Chandler wasn't done. He wrestled in Europe and Korea for the military teams. Then he became a coach, and he lives in Arizona. He's had a career in banking and finance, and I've never met him, but he was really very knowledgeable on the phone. We had a little bit of, when I first contacted him, I think he thought I was AI and he was AI.
You can't, it's hard. You can't really trust everything right now. It's, not to the level of paranoid, but it's kind of like you have to take a second look or a second listen to things to, is this real? Is this not real?
Want to give credit to the committee for picking these people. They all have great resumes, but it's amazing what sports can do. It took Mr. Chandler from a small farm all the way to Korea, all the way to the Netherlands, and he really credits high school. He said, Vinton County built your character. It's a small town environment. It prepares you for the world, he said. And he was certainly prepared. He had a medical, I think a surgery. He said he couldn't fly in, or he would have been there tonight. I know he would have loved to have been there. But I think the Hall of Fame night is something Vinton County High School does. It's just a special night. Roger Houck will bring them out, and the PA announcer, he's also on the school board, and they all get their plaque. And seeing them all, I don't know who's going to accept from Mr. Chandler, but tonight's going to be a real historical night. The two of them go back quite a while. And then Riley being a champion, I covered Riley. That's the only one I really know. But they're all three great selections. I don't think the committee could have done any better. And they always get a big crowd out for this.
So, do you know how long the Hall of Fame has been going on in Vinton County?
I believe, I'm going to take a wild guess. It may be a little 25 years, I think. Maybe a little more, a little less. But the very first, it's funny that Riley's going in tonight because the very first inductee was Mitch Bentley, a cross-country track runner.
Okay.
And he got a scholarship to Ohio University. And he was from that era, too. So I guess tonight they're really honoring. It kind of goes all over the map. Sometimes it's people. The committee has set up a regulation that 5 years. You got to be out of high school 5 years now. Some of the other ones there's 10. Some of them's even 20. But
Oh, wow.
they went with 5, and there's been all kinds of. I've covered a lot of them. Erica Hayson. I covered her going in, and she's in the Ohio Basketball Hall of Fame. They've had some great athletes up there. Alice Taylor, the long-term athletic secretary, went in as a service nominee. Alice was just, everybody loved Alice. I mean, she just was great. And she gave a lot of time and a lot of heart to everything they did. She was up there. She stayed until she's 71.
Oh, wow.
Passed away, still working.
Oh, wow.
Passed away there. So, it's just a great night. And as I mentioned, we're going to have that for you in several ways. The Total Media Radio app, 98.7. You can listen to around the globe, as Cheryl said, anywhere there's internet. Join us for that. We'll have the game broadcast. They're playing Wellston, so that's always a neighborhood rivalry that you get a good crowd for Wellston, and it's Hall of Fame night. So Benton County High is the place to be tonight.
So are the inductees done prior to the game, or are they done at halftime?
They're done right after the JV game.
Okay.
Yeah, between JV and varsity game.
And tonight's game starts at
6.
6. So I'm going to assume if you want to see the Hall of Fame inductees, probably should be there probably between around 5 o'clock or so to give yourself some.
I think so. Yeah,
some room. So
I'd be there early because when they're playing Wellston, they get a good crowd. Wellston is much improved this year, so Wellston's got things turned around. So they're going to give the Vikings. Should be a great ball game too. Don't forget that part of it. There's going to be some great basketball on a cold night. It's not as cold as it was. It was colder on Halloween than it was Christmas. So,
gotta love Ohio weather.
Yeah, I know. I know you're probably not used to that, are you?
No, I'm not used to bipolar weather. No, I'm not.
I know my sister-in-law lived in Arizona for about 10 years, and that's what she misses. She misses the winters, the Arizona winters. It's beautiful. So.
It is, because you can go see snow, but you don't have to necessarily live in the snow. It's one of the things about California, too. You can see the snow. It's very pretty, but you don't necessarily have to shovel it.
Yeah, I grew up in West Virginia, and some of eastern West Virginia is real high, and they skiing areas.
Oh, yeah.
And people what they call it, the snow carts, the snowmobiles, and up in Elkins. If you and your husband you like to go to different places.
We do.
Those eastern West Virginia mountains are really beautiful.
Okay. So, we've only done a tiny little bit of West Virginia, so mostly driving through.
They're a big tourism state. They'd love to have your money. So.
The best part of West Virginia, what I love about West Virginia, are the swings that they have at scenic points, and you can take your photo. You sit on the swing and you take your photo in front of something. So like in front of like a mountain vista, or we stopped at the one in front of the Capitol building and took pictures, but they have them like all over the state. And so you can go and visit at different places. It's a really fun way to explore the state. So,
yeah, West Virginia, they always called, Benton County's a lot like West Virginia in a lot of ways. It's open, it's rural, it's got a lot of rural attractions. They're selling. Of course, the tourism industry's grown, and they've got into natural tourism. So, and West Virginia does that too. Yeah. So, like you said, the swings and
it's the home of Mothman. I mean, seriously. I mean, that's reason enough to visit West Virginia is to go visit the Mothman. So.
Yeah, they made the movie, and of course, the bridge fell down like everyone knew it would at the end. So it was. And then the Mothman's not a guy to mess with. There was always some disaster when he shows up. So, But seriously, come out tonight to Benton County High School. It's the place to be. There's it's just going to be a great night. We're going to honor those who have brought us forward. So it's going to be a great night. And come out, Benton County High School, Total Media. If you can't be there, Total Media will be. Watch, and Total Media YouTube will be there.
You can watch the game and the induction prior on TM Sports OH on YouTube. So TM and then the word sports OH, all is one word on YouTube. So
okay, well, and there's other sports tonight.
Lots of basketball games.
Yeah.
I didn't go through them one by one, but my list of basketball games was about that big. So
Yeah, Total
probably
Media.
at least 9 or 10 basketball games we've got tonight. So
Yeah, and we're highlighting this one, but there's certainly a lot of others. So if you like basketball, Total Media, we got you covered.
Yep.
So anyway, come out tonight and see us. We'll be there at about 7 o'clock with all the festivities.
So once again, tonight at Benton County High School in the gym, prior to the varsity game against Wellston, come out and honor our 3 inductees that really set the tone for Benton County athletics that we know now. The Vikings that we know now, they kind of got stuff in motion, especially Coach O'Rourke, who really kind of set us up for success with the Vikings. So
Yeah, and Benton County High School, it's just beautiful out there now. If you've never seen it, it's 25 years old, and it looks as nice as the day it opened. So this class, we thank you, and now we move forward. So
there you go.
Okay.
So go Vikings, go Golden Rockets, because they're also one of our teams. And once again, Red, thank you for joining us today and sharing your wealth of knowledge on the inductees tonight and about Benton County. And come back and see us again. We haven't seen you for a while, so it's a great way to start 2026 to have our good friend Red Thompson here with us in the studio. So
Thank you, and everybody travel safe tonight and have a great day.
we will be right back after a few words from our sponsors with some weird news and some other stuff.
From breaking news to heartwarming stories, a telegram is your ticket to the latest buzz in town.
Read your daily dose of local headlines, sports, and entertainment and more in hand and on paper.
Get a print and digital subscription for only $7.95 per month. Delivered fresh every Wednesday and Saturday.
Visit thetelegrammnews.com or call 740-286-3023 today.
Don't just read the news, be a part of it.
And we are back, and I have Liv here at the table with me, and Liv always brings fun and interesting facts for us to talk about. If you were watching on, was it Tuesday, Wednesday? I don't know. We had some very interesting topics here at the table. So what do you have for us today, Liv? I'm kind of scared.
So a former manager of the Harvard Medical School morgue was sentenced to 8 years in prison.
Why?
Because when they would be done with their cadavers, he would sell them.
Oh, okay. Well, that's not nearly as bad as I thought it was going to go. So, yeah, there we go. I'm not sure what would be the...
It said he shipped brains, skin, hands, and faces to buyers in Pennsylvania and elsewhere after cadavers donated to Harvard were no longer needed for research.
Pennsylvania, what is wrong with you? Oh, my. That sounds like a Florida story, like Florida Man. That does not sound like Massachusetts and Pennsylvania. There's a famous story. This actually reminds me of something. So there's this famous story. So there is a museum, oddly enough, in Pennsylvania. It's in Philadelphia. It's the, I think it's pronounced Mutter. Might be Mutter. I'm not sure. It's the Mutter Museum. And it's a medical museum, and I happen to go there. And they have slides of the dissection of Einstein's brain. But there was a whole thing about Einstein's brain and it being like stolen and dissected and this whole thing. And I don't totally remember the story. Now I'm going to have to go look it up again. But people do like take, especially like famous people, I think. I don't know. I know that like Facebook Marketplace and eBay are, you really shouldn't buy body parts.
Yeah, no.
Back alleys, you really shouldn't buy body parts. I'm sorry, you shouldn't buy body parts. That's just ew. Ew.
Yeah.
Pennsylvania. Ew.
Yeah, I don't know. But
Now I'm going to think about that every time I drive into Pennsylvania. Oh my gosh.
speaking of museums, have you ever heard of the Hair Museum?
No, I've never been to the Hair Museum. Where is the Hair Museum?
It's in Missouri. Well, if you haven't gone, you can't go now because it's closed down.
Aw, sadness.
But they have century-old wreaths made from human hair that fill the walls.
I know that, like, in the 1800s, when people died, they would, like, save their hair and make, like, mementos and stuff out of it. That's creepy to have so many of them.
It says there's also traces that are said to come from past presidents, Hollywood legend like Marilyn Monroe, and even Jesus.
Okay. I'm not sure how you would go about authenticating the Jesus one. Marilyn Monroe and presidents and stuff, I'm sure you could authenticate. But, I'm going to go out on a limb and say that one doesn't have a certificate of authenticity on the Jesus wreath. But that is creepy, too.
The owner passed away, and so now the granddaughter is trying to rehome all of the 3,000 pieces.
Well, I love odd museums. Once again, I went to the Medical Museum in Philadelphia, okay? And I've been to the Salt and Pepper Shaker Museum in Gatlinburg, Tennessee.
Yeah.
Which, if you look up things to do, like in the Pigeon Forge area, it's always in the top 10.
Yeah.
Always. I mean, and you have things like Dollywood and the Smoky Mountains, like seriously, and the Salt and Pepper Shaker Museum is always in the top 10. So of course I had to go. And I went to the Troll Hole recently, where there are 52,000 trolls. Like, if you want to be creeped out, go to Alliance, Ohio, and go to the Troll Hole, because it's so many trolls. Absolutely so many trolls. I didn't send Adrian that video. That was a crazy video. That was a crazy video. I'll send you the video, Adrian, and we can show it. Do you go to crazy museums, or have you been to any crazy museums?
No.
Or museum exhibitions? Did you ever go to the human body one, where it was like they ripped the skins off of like bodies so that you saw the musculature and stuff?
I think they had something kind of like that at COSI once.
Yeah. It was a
And so I've seen
a
that.
traveling exhibit. It was in Vegas for a long time.
The only like cool museum type thing I've been to is the one, it's also in Pigeon Forge, but it's like famous murderers.
Really?
Yeah.
I've never been to the.
They have like Ted Bundy's car in there. I was on a bachelorette trip and we all went in there.
That's
It was really cool. They have like his glasses.
okay, Adrian. I'm going to send this to you.
I forget what it's
because
called.
this is pretty funny. In Vegas, there's all sorts of interesting museums in Vegas. There's the Mob Museum, and I've never been there. It's the history of the mob. That's actually on my list. It's probably the only museum in Vegas I haven't been to. But they have a museum in Vegas that's dedicated to the testing of nuclear weapons. Because just outside of Las Vegas, they would test the weapons prior to the drop during World War II.
So what do they have in the museum for that?
They have all sorts of like the radioactive stuff, like the stuff that they would give to people, like, oh, be prepared, and all sorts of like signage and advertisements and stuff. And it would be like people like looking through like a little like square, and you see the mushroom cloud, because people would watch it because nobody knew how dangerous it was. Yeah. And they were testing it just a couple miles outside of Las Vegas. That's crazy. Oh, and then right next to it is the Alien Museum. So then it's got like aliens and stuff too.
Yeah.
I've been to the Mothman Museum. You ever been to Mothman Museum?
Yeah.
Okay, I was a little disappointed with the Mothman Museum. I thought it could have been more. There was a lot about the movie, and I'd never seen the movie or heard about the movie. I really thought it was going to be about the Mothman much more than it was. I've
never seen the movie, but I've like watched videos on the myth of him.
I took a lot of pictures with like different Mothman statues and stuff, like of me being scared, like with the Mothman above me because, yeah, it's me. But,
Yeah, the video.
huh? Oh, yeah, there you go. Troll hole.
Oh my gosh.
Floor to ceiling.
That's crazy.
Okay, but she had I don't know what that is. That's not my car, Eric. That's not my car. She had 14 rooms of trolls, and some of them were like posed. Some were the whole like floor to ceiling thing.
Oh my gosh.
It was crazy town. Crazy town. 48,000 of them, I think 48,000 or something on display.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Does that mean she has more that wasn't
They're
on
in the
display?
basement, and that is a basement I would never go down into. I don't go down into
don't think I
basements
would
anyway,
either.
but because they kind of creep me out. But I can guarantee you, a basement filled with trolls. That is that one. That's horror story type of things. That's how did you die? There you go. I walked into a basement full of trolls. Alliance, Ohio. But I love weird museums. I've been to the Precious Moments Museum.
Yeah,
In Missouri. We've talked about it. I've
Yeah.
been to the Uranus Fudge Factory in 2 states. But also in Vegas, they have the Neon Museum, and that's a really fun museum too. They have a lot of neon signs from Vegas all through since the beginning of Vegas.
Have you been to the Taco Bell in Vegas?
I have not, and Liv's getting married soon. She's like 2 months from getting married. But I tease my son because they're like on the fence, like if they want to get married, they don't want to get married, whatever. And Taco Bell offers that you can get married at the Taco Bell for like $700, I think it is. You can have your marriage ceremony at the Taco Bell. And it really doesn't include a whole lot. It includes your time in the Taco Bell chapel, and you get a bouquet of sauce packets that you use during the ceremony, but you have to give it back. And you get a bow tie that's Taco Bell, and you get
It's a unique experience.
and you get socks that are Taco Bell, and it's a view out over the strip because it's the Taco Bell on the strip. And so I actually offered him, I said, I will totally pay if you want to get married at the Taco Bell in Vegas because they love Taco Bell. And it includes food too. You get like food for your people. Like your reception is basically
Wonder how
Taco
many
Bell.
people you can have.
I think like 20, 25 or so kind of thing. I mean, it's Taco Bell. I mean, I know it's gone up in price, but it's still Taco Bell. It's not that expensive. I'm sure it's just crunchy tacos. But
It says on their website 25 guests.
there you go. But what more do you need? A crunchy taco and a Baja Blast? I mean, they'd be excited.
Yeah.
So I'm like, whatever. So anyways, I did offer to pay for completely pay for the wedding.
Yeah.
Well, the Taco Bell portion of the wedding. Because I think that would make amazing photos. I mean, seriously, I would totally hire a photographer that would probably cost me more than the $700 to do it. That, or you know what? I could probably talk Des into coming to the wedding, and Des could be our photographer. She would, you know what, Des? Shout out. I bet you would totally do that. I'm going to like put you on the hook for that. So if Anthony decides that they're going to get married at the Taco Bell, Des, it'll mean a free trip to Vegas for
you're
you to
coming
cover
along.
it. So because she took amazing, I don't know if you saw those, but Des lies. She's been on the show a couple times. She took
does so good.
amazing photos of my family at the holidays, and that's like a major shout out because I mean, you guys have all met my curmudgeon-y husband. Okay, and she got him to smile. She wrangled in the 1-year-old that was running all over the place.
She's good with like getting kids to smile too.
She got the 10-year-old to like drop the attitude and just be and she was a hoot. She was an absolute hoot. So if you've got a bunch of different types of personalities going, and they would jive with Des. I mean, you've met Des, you kind of know her personality. That just worked with our family. But yeah, I could totally see her being the official photographer of a Taco Bell wedding. That would be like checklist on a bucket list kind of thing. So I'm sorry, we totally went off from the weird hair museum. My sister went, final one on weird museums. My sister went to the Bunny Museum. And it's in Altadena, Pasadena, California area. And it was basically like the Troll Museum or the Salt Pepper Shaker Museum or probably the Hair Museum too. This, one person started collecting stuff and suddenly they've got enough to make a museum. But sadly it burned down during the Altadena fires. So there is no bunny museum. And I really hope they got the live bunnies out. There were some live. I think there were some live bunnies and stuff. They had like rooms that you could like take pictures with your bunny, like photo props and stuff. But mostly it was bunny related stuff. Yeah. But yeah, so if you've got like a collection and people say you're a hoarder, you're not a hoarder. You're just setting
Starting
yourself
a
up for a new
museum.
museum. Yeah, just become a museum and
Yeah.
there you go. So what else you got for us?
So that car that you saw, what do you think happened? Like if you had to
Let's
take a
see
guess.
Okay, I would guess a baseball, but that would be just too basic. Not a meteor.
Do you have a guess, Adrian?
It looks too nice for it to be snow out.
You have
What
no
went through
guess?
that windshield?
So they were driving in North Carolina, and a bald eagle dropped a cat on their car.
I'm so glad I didn't take a sip of my drink before that. Oh my gosh, when my throat is, I was about to go take a sip because my throat was getting dry, and oh my gosh, I would have spit my drink out.
Yeah. It says it was near the Great Smoky Mountain National Park area.
Oh my. I've been hit by some weird things on the freeway, but I have never been hit by a cat.
The quote.
I don't think I've ever hit a cat either.
Yeah, the quote said, okay, like this is the guy calling into 911. He said, okay, you may not believe me, but I just had a bald eagle drop a cat through my windshield.
Was the cat okay?
No,
Oh,
it did not live. I don't know if it was alive before they dropped it either, because I mean, it would have been in the talons and stuff. So.
Well, I'd like to think it was okay, but it probably, it wasn't. I'm glad you saved that story for me because Jen would be bawling right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been hit by a hubcap went flying across the freeway and hit my car, and I've also been hit by a gas cap. So back before they thought to either not have gas caps because I don't have a gas cap in my car, or a gas cap like on a string so it stays attached to your car. People would take them off and you put them on top of your car. Yeah. So like, let's say like in the 80s or whatever, maybe even into the 90s, you put your gas cap on top of the car. And so apparently somebody forgot to put their gas cap back on their car, and it went flying across the freeway and hit my car as well. So yeah, mostly it's just rocks and bugs and stuff, but yeah, I'd probably freak out if a cat. I had an SUV drop on me. Yeah. Yeah, that was pretty traumatic. We were driving on the road, and somebody pulled out and cut off an SUV, and the way it hit, it flipped and it just tumbled down the road, and it actually landed on our car and kept going. Yeah, that was pretty traumatic. That one was pretty traumatic because most people don't get landed on by a cat or an SUV.
Yeah, no, that's
and crazy. A big SUV too. It was like a big Toyota SUV too, brand new too. I don't even think it had license plates yet.
Yeah,
crazy,
very crazy.
So
you know how they stopped making the pennies?
Yes.
Which is kind of weird because they didn't change all the prices first, but whatever. Like our tax is 7 cents. Like what?
Well, the funny thing about pennies is there's a ton of them to be in circulation. It's just that people don't spend them. They're like, it's a penny. I'm not going to spend it. And so, but there's like millions of them in circulation still. Yeah. So if people just dumped out their change thing, they'd have pennies. But I mean, we're always like, oh yeah, that's fine. Just at least me, I'm like, just keep it. It's like 2 cents. Just just keep it, whatever. So, but yeah, it's weird.
Yeah. So the last ones that they made went for auction. So it was $232 dollars worth.
Okay.
Is how many they auctioned off, and they made $16.76 million from just that. So for $200 worth of money.
That's okay. People are crazy.
So that's the last set ever made. Those three right there.
Oh, probably one from Denver, one from Philadelphia, and I don't know where the third one would be from.
I don't know. It didn't say.
Because
the last 3 pennies ever made.
Because remember when they had the state quarters? Mm-hmm. They're still in circulation. Yeah. But my kids collected all the states, and you could get ones with a D or ones with a P on them, depending on which mint they came from. So, but pennies, that's crazy.
Yeah, but those three sold for $800,000. Just those three, because they were the last ones ever made.
I have no words for that one. I guess you'd have to be a pretty serious coin collector to. So I have a funny thing for you, Liv. Okay, so I have things that are weird between Ohio and California, right? It's like, this is, I miss things from California, or things aren't quite the same. So Frisch's Big Boy. So the first time we went to Frisch's Big Boy, we saw Big Boy, and I'm like, oh my gosh, Big Boy. We have Big Boy in California. It's actually one of my favorite places to go to eat. I've been eating there since
Turner's
since I
never
was a
been
kid.
to a Big Boy. He has no idea what it is.
Okay, well, okay. So we get there, and Big Boy is standing out there with his hamburger, okay, just like in California, okay, standing there. But the sauce doesn't look right on the burger. So I'm like, oh my gosh, they need to repaint their Big Boy. Why have they not repainted their Big Boy? Seriously? And my friends that we were with that were from Ohio said nothing, okay? And we get there, and I order my Big Boy, just like normal. I order my Big Boy, and it came with tartar sauce. Okay, so I posted a video of another. We've been to Frisch's a couple times after that, but I posted a video about Frisch's, mostly for my California friends. So I put this up on TikTok, and it has caused quite the controversy. So you have to watch this. We are at Frisch's Big Boy. So if you've never been outside of California, there is a difference between Bob's Big Boy and Frisch's Big Boy. They're both Big Boy. They both have the same mascot. But that's where it ends. They don't use ketchup relish. They use tartar sauce on their burgers. This is what Big Boy looks like in Ohio. You see that white stuff? I honestly thought it was bird droppings. And I just can't bring myself to do that. So this is Eric's burger. You can see the white stuff right there. That's tartar sauce. Who the hell puts tartar sauce on burgers? Yeah, I miss Bob's Big Boy. It's just not the same. So you may be asking yourself, so Sheriff, why did you go to Frisch's if you don't like Frisch's? Which I don't like Frisch's. This is why I came to Frisch's. I was drinking hot fudge cake. It doesn't look the same as Bob's. But I'm hoping that it tastes the same though at least. Okay, moment of truth.
What's ketchup relish?
Okay, so ketchup relish, and that's one of the questions that I've gotten.
Yeah.
It has caused quite the controversy. I mean, it's not my most watched video. It's got probably 10,000 views or something like that. But it probably has 1,000 comments on it. Number one, it's tartar sauce is the best thing to put on burgers, and you have to order extra to dip your fries in, and you need to try it, and don't knock anything until you try it. Well, number one, I did try it, okay, because remember, I did not know that it was different, so I have had a tartar sauce burger. I wasn't a fan. Two, tartar sauce is just mayonnaise and relish, so you put that on a burger anyway. What is your problem? Tartar sauce is not quite mayonnaise and relish. It has like something tangy in it, like lemon juice or something. So it's slightly different, okay?
I don't like tartar sauce.
Yeah,
but I don't like mayonnaise.
Okay,
So.
and then the other one is, what the heck is ketchup relish?
Yeah.
Okay, ketchup relish is literally ketchup and relish. But it's sweet relish, and tartar sauce is not sweet relish. So it's ketchup and relish. It's also called hamburger relish. Like they used to sell jars of it. It was called hamburger relish. And hot dog relish is mustard with dill relish. But at Bob's in California, they use ketchup relish on their burgers. And it totally changes the burger. And it caused this whole like chain of comments and stuff. And apparently in like Michigan, they use Thousand Island dressing. So
That makes sense.
Big Boy in different regions was basically the same sandwich, just with regional sauces. And then people are like, don't California our Big Boy. And I'm like, well, Big Boy started in California because the original Big Boy was in Glendale, California.
Yeah.
And the Frisch's people went and met with them. So Frisch's already had a restaurant, but they went and met with the Bob's people, and that's how it became the Big Boy, because I did a deep dive. And then and that's actually how Big Mac came to be as well, because they all come from kind of the same area. So they kind of all got the same idea, because people are like, well, if you just want Thousand Island, just go to McDonald's and have a Big Mac, which is true. It is very similar. But yeah, Frisch's. And so to appease people, now I'm going to have to go back to Frisch's and have a tartar sauce burger to prove to Ohio people that I have had a tartar sauce burger. Just really wasn't a fan.
Yeah.
For me, tartar sauce goes on fish, not on burgers. Our good friend Pete Wilson is here to share with the news. Hey, Pete, do you eat at Frisch's?
Cheryl, I have to admit, I love it.
See?
And I don't consider their sauce on the Big Boy to be exactly tartar sauce. It's similar.
Yeah, it's similar. And people love it. They sell it in jars. Like, you can buy jars of Frisch's tartar sauce. And one person said, well, you can buy jars of Frisch's tartar sauce. Can you buy jars of Bob's ketchup relish? I don't think so. So therefore, it must be superior. So, I mean, I would eat it on fish, but I don't know. It just, to me, it like doesn't, it just doesn't jive. But yeah, I've caused quite the controversy on the TikTok about Frisch's. So wait till people find out what I think about Cincinnati chili. Oh my.
I love Cincinnati chili.
Oh my. Oh my. And now I've never tried is it Gold Star?
Yeah.
Gold Star. I've never tried Gold Star, but I have had Skyline chili.
Love Skyline. I mean, it's not normal chili, but it's
there's
good.
cinnamon in it.
Yeah.
It's just... You can guess by the face. But yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but I am going to do a taste test between Gold Star and Skyline the next time we are in Cincinnati, because I kind of have to.
Did you have the chili on a hot dog?
Okay, so I have had Cincinnati chili. Eric made it. When we first bought the house in Ohio, he wanted to Ohio us, and so he made a big old crock pot of chili. I'm like, what is that smell? Like, I couldn't place the smells. They like didn't go together. I'm like, what are you making? He's like, I'm making chili. And I'm not a huge chili person to start out with. But, and I'm like, well, it doesn't smell like chili. And I went and ate it. I'm like, and the boys too. We all sat down to eat. This is when all the kids were living at home. And we sat down to eat. I'm like, why does this taste like cinnamon? And he's like, well, there's cinnamon in Cincinnati chili. And I'm like, well, there's no Cincinnati chili in me. And so that was that. And then when we came here, I've had Skyline, but I don't think I've had it on a hot dog. I think I've had like a cup of Skyline chili with like cheese on it.
On a hot dog, that's where it's
okay. Are there hot dogs okay? I mean, they like are decent hot dogs. Okay.
Yeah. And they're just like they're just little ones, so.
Okay, so I'm not like having to commit to a huge like
No,
Costco size hot dog.
No, they're just conies. They're just
Okay.
little ones.
Okay.
So I
but
would
it is
recommend
but it's on my list to try it again because I'm always willing to try things or try it again to see if I really don't like it. But I thought I was done with Frisch's for a bit, but now I'm going to have to go back and prove to people that I have tried a tartar sauce burger. It just, I don't know. I'm sure it's mental. It's just mental. I'm sure. So, but I miss Bob's, and so I'll have to go to Bob's next time I'm in California because when I'm in California, I eat all the foods that I can't have here that I don't have here in Ohio. So, or easily in Ohio. So, but we've talked about that before. So thank you, Liv, for joining me on the show. And right after a few words from our sponsors, Pete Wilson is going to share with us the headlines and exciting stuff that's been going on in Jackson County, because I don't know what's been up with us, but I'm sure he's got some exciting and fun stuff to share with us. So right after a word.
Did you know Jackson is home to a locally owned and operated full-service print shop? Zip Printing covers all your print, signage, and design needs. From business cards, booklets, and posters to yard signs, banners, screen-printed t-shirts, oversized signage, and more. We can help you or your business advertise and look good doing it. Zip Printing also offers logo design. Allow us to assist you in building or elevating your brand today. Zip Printing is located in the Stockmeister Plaza at 708 East Main Street in Jackson, Ohio. So stop in or give us a call at 740-286-3023.
Hey, Pete.
Hi there.
Jen is not feeling well today, so
I heard.
am-
Oh my goodness!
So
I
so the B team is in.
Hope that super flu hasn't got her.
You know what? It kind of has. She kind of has.
Oh my! Well, whatever it
excuse me,
is,
she has a
whatever it
little
is,
bit
it's
of a
not
bug.
good, right?
She said Jamie had it like a couple days ago.
Oh, Jamie.
Lasted about 24 hours and was gone. So she's hoping the same. So she hopefully will be back on Monday, and she'll have the weekend to kind of rest up. I'm sure that she won't. I'm sure that she will be out walking the floor at 6 Cents instead. But hopefully she does feel better so that she can be back here on Monday. I told her to get some rest and drink lots of water.
Always a good thing to do. always a good thing to do. Okay, well, Cheryl, I think you probably alluded to what I'm going to kick off our news report on, and that was our second consecutive high-speed chase, and not just a routine deal either, 2 days in a row. So you might guess when you pick up Saturday's paper, The Telegram, still in the oven right now, this is going to be dominated by these stories. And I tell you what, there's been things posted on social media of some videos, which, by the way, we do have. We've got on the Telegram site. But I tell you, I appreciate Jeremiah Shaver's footwork. Because we, as far as I know, we're the only paper that will have the details, not just the pictures, but the details of how these things happen. I'm going to tell you about the second one because we talked about the first one yesterday.
Which was crazy.
Yes, and this one was crazy too. You would have trouble, it's like comparing burgers. Which one was more unusual? But this one was unusual too. This occurred yesterday morning. It occurred about 10:15 a.m. Just outside Jackson on State Route 32, near the U.S. Route 35 exit, and it involved once again a high-speed chase, second day in a row. We'll unfold it for you. It started out when the Ohio State Highway Patrol, they use aviation units to track speed sometimes. People don't know that, but just because you don't see the cruiser there parked in the median, that doesn't mean you're not being watched.
I didn't know that.
But anyway, yes, they do. They use it on searches, but they also use it for some speed enforcement too, to be sneaky. But if you're not speeding real bad, you're okay.
Good to know.
But in this case, it all started when this vehicle on U.S. Route 35 near Standpipe Road, that is just south of Jackson, southeast of Jackson. A vehicle was going, looked like a white minivan. It was going 82 miles per hour in a 60 mile per hour zone. So that's excessive, So they radio the people down on the ground, the troopers, and so they try to initiate a traffic stop. Well, there was no stop. That was the problem. The vehicle, which was, as I said, a white minivan, took off. So a pursuit ensued there on State Route 32 because the vehicle turned around, got on State Route 32 towards Wellston on Cutlip Road, which is just outside Jackson, east of Jackson, towards Wellston, turned around on Cutlip Road and came the other way and actually drove into town here in Jackson onto Main Street. Because of the possible danger and also, jurisdiction, although the patrol can go anywhere in the state of Ohio, they terminated the pursuit because this is late in the morning. There's people out, traffic and all like that. The Jackson police took up the pursuit when they saw the vehicle in town near the downtown section at Main and Harding. So they get behind the vehicle, and it then tries to drive out of town. It's not going to be pulled over either, going 50 to 60 miles per hour down Broadway. Not Broadway downtown, but Broadway going out of town by Belissio's plant and like that, and Jerry's Jamestown and so forth. So it gets out on the road, and it's flying out there on the highway now, and they are able. It's out on State Route. It's turning off the exit from Jackson back onto State Route 32, and when they're exiting, this isn't a stop sign there, but when they're exiting, this car, the driver of this car, the white minivan, does not fail to yield, and there's traffic coming the other way, and there is a crash right there. It could have been so much worse. Here is a video of what happened when the suspect was pulled over because of the crash. He wasn't pulled over, he stopped because of the crash. That's his car, the white minivan that you see there. And then there's a gray vehicle that was the other vehicle involved. And here are the police officers moving in. The suspect at this point is on the ground. At the first of the video, you may have seen him get out of the car, throw down his jacket.
He was like
and then
throwing a fit.
And then go down on the ground. I mean, he knows he doesn't have a chance or anything like that in this case with all the law enforcement there. And he was not hurt. The person in the other vehicle, just minor injuries.
Okay.
So that was very fortunate. There were two other people that were in the suspect's vehicle, and a young woman and also a young girl. and they were taken to Holzer Medical Center. But once again, their injuries were not major either. And
can you imagine being the other car that he hit, the silver car that he hit, and then the troopers and everybody are coming out with their guns, like right after an accident? That almost would freak me out more than the initial accident. Like, oh my gosh, what is happening now? Now there's like officers with guns.
Well, you hear about these things, and we drive around, and you never know when your number might come up of being in the wrong place at the wrong time. But the
scary.
gentleman from MacArthur, 82 years old, who was in the minivan, as I said, did not suffer serious injuries.
Oh my gosh, that's great.
But in this case, I mean, seriously, there could have been serious injuries and even death for all those involved. And they took the suspect into custody. They were able to identify him as Christian L. Powell, age 21, from the state of Mississippi. They were not sure, law enforcement, in the ensuing time soon after the arrest, they weren't exactly sure why he might have wanted to flee because of just speeding, but they do know that he had a suspended driver's license. Nothing showed up apparently on his record immediately, but for whatever reason, he fled and put a lot of people's lives at risk with what he did in town and just out of town. But the information on this crash and high-speed chase, and the one yesterday, which did not involve a crash, it ended up the person there, the man there who was arrested and caught, his vehicle became disabled, and that's how that chase ended. And that's the one where, if you don't remember, that's the one where the pursuit even went into a yard there off the Beaver Pike, just outside of town, about halfway between Jackson and Beaver. But all these details Cheryl will have in the Telegram. We'll have it online later today. We have initial stories that are already online, but we've got a few details. We've got photos of the suspects, and we'll see if there's any initial court information that we might add there.
And once again, shout out to our local law enforcement and emergency response teams for taking care of everybody and trying to keep everybody safe. That's really scary that the person fled onto Main Street. Came into town. So.
I was talking with Jen yesterday. There's a lot of arguments about, the vehicle pursuits, and you could make arguments either way about, whether the law enforcement should do this. But the argument from the law enforcement side, and they do try to use discretion and judgment. For instance, they terminated a pursuit with the first suspect at another time because the suspect was driving into a school zone and, during school hours. So, it's not worth, maybe something happening. But also, this is true. A Jackson police officer made this in the comments on one of the videos that was posted. If there was a standard policy because of danger that you never chase a suspect, they're always going to run because they know you won't chase them.
Yeah.
So I think, the thought is that you do a pursuit until you realize that probably the potential danger outweighs getting an arrest. And, you hope you got a license number and everything, and maybe that person will be caught later. Another story I want to tell you about, as we're about out of time, this is a sports story, but a lot of football fans in Jackson will be interested in this. Cade Wolford played this past year at Kent State University, had a great season.
Great season.
Redshirt freshman, didn't get much chance to play his freshman season, and so he kept his eligibility. And he didn't get to play all the time, but when he did, he was dynamite. Caught a lot of passes for Kent State. As a matter of fact, he was the second leading scorer, the top yardage receiver as the slot receiver. Well, they have a thing in college football now called the portal.
Yep.
If you think that you'd rather play somewhere else, you have a better opportunity somewhere else, you can do that. You take a risk because you leave something you already have. Well, he did that, and he had a lot of interest from big colleges. And he made his decision, at least it was announced yesterday. I've not talked to him, but this was posted, so I feel it's safe to report. He is going to go to the University of Cincinnati, just down the road.
Bearcats.
They took an initial photo. There he is. I don't know whether he's going to wear the number 8 or that was just done for the picture, but that was his number in high school.
Okay.
So some of the other places that he could have gone, because he actually had offers from these places. They included Iowa from the Big Ten, Baylor from the Big 12, Central Florida, Oklahoma State from the Big 12, and Wake Forest from the ACC. So those are all Division I schools. So congratulations to Cade Wolford. one of the top running backs of all time at Jackson High School. And we've always said this about Cade, and people who follow Jackson football and sports know this. He is, yes, immensely talented, but he made himself a much better player through hard work. His dad, who's very proud but honest to a T, said he's never seen a kid work harder. So congratulations to Cade Wolford. So we'll have a story in our Saturday paper, and we'll follow up sometime with an interview with Cade about going to Cincinnati. I'm guessing that even though that's a good place to land, they've had good seasons. They were 7-6 this past season. I'm thinking that they're thinking, boy, that's not too far for mom and dad and all his fans to go down the road to Cincinnati. As you know, it's a good road down there.
Yeah.
To get there in about an hour and 45 minutes. All right, well, we've run out of time, but we'll talk about more things on Monday. Of course, the Vinton County High School Athletic Hall of Fame induction will be tonight. I know you and Red talked about that.
Yes.
So we'll be following up with that, and we'll see if there's any more high-speed chases. If there is, we'll be in pursuit.
But gosh, I hope not. I hope we have a break from the
Not
whole
literally,
high-speed
you
chase.
understand,
Yes.
of the facts.
Yes.
Right.
Yes. See Jeremiah in his little car, like, or you in your car, like putting along behind. But because we're always on the news. And also remember, we had Joe Finch in yesterday.
That's right, that's Sunday.
Yep, that's the hike at Lake Catherine on Sunday. So there's stuff going on this weekend.
Absolutely.
In and around Jackson and Vinton counties. So
Looks
get
like
out
it'll be
there.
a decent day for the hike.
I think so. We're supposed to get a little bit of rain today and tomorrow, I think. So it might be a little muddy, but it should be a nice day to be out there hiking. Cool and probably overcast is going to be my guess. So.
Yes, wear sturdy shoes. Don't wear
Yes.
your kids.
Yes. No, you want to wear shoes that have some traction.
No
to them.
flip-flops.
No, not this time of year. And make sure you take your water. So.
There's one more event that we should probably mention.
Okay.
The Rotary Club Pickleball Tournament. is
Oh, that's
Saturday.
right. Adrian just reminded me the pickleball tournament.
It is tomorrow,
From
yes.
Rotary is tomorrow.
Right. And you know what? It might rain tomorrow, but who cares? It's inside.
It's indoors.
Right. The former YMCA, I still catch myself saying that. The Jackson Activities Family Center is kind of like Pickleball Central. Pat Eisenagel kind of got that going. He was the board president there. He still may be. He played pickleball. He's older than I am. And he really got that sport going in Jackson.
And we have pickleball outdoors, but you know what? We have pickleball indoors too. Not all places can boast that. So tomorrow is the Rotary Pickleball tournament. You don't have to pre-register. They'd like it if you do, but you can just show up and play, and they'll put you into a bracket to play, and it raises money for local scholarships. All that money is staying locally here in Jackson County. So get out there. If you don't play pickleball, but you want to know what pickleball is, you can go and just watch, cheer on your friends and community members, and have an interesting time.
It truly is a sport for almost everybody.
Yeah, I tried. Amanda Crabtree tried to teach me, and her friends tried to teach me, and it was comical. It was absolutely comical, and Eric was out there videotaping the whole thing. But yes, I would say just about anybody could probably play pickleball. It's not too difficult. So, and you can laugh a lot, especially if you play with me. So.
Yeah, it's a fun sport.
Well, thank you for joining us today, and we will be back on Monday, so happy weekend, and we hope Jen is feeling better and she's back, and we'll be back with great guests next week and news from Pete from the Telegram and all things Jackson and Vinton County. So thanks for joining us. Have a great weekend. Bye.